Peace and love, soul family, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Goddess Shomide De Latif, and today I have for you a yoga belly dance fusion flow to help strengthen the lower abs as well as all of the surrounding muscles to support wonderful posture in order to help with lower back pain. So for this class, all you need is a bottle of water, yourself, your yoga mat, and the space to move around, as well as your willingness to learn something new, to challenge yourself, and to honor your practice. So with that being said, we are going to begin on our mat. Let's get started. Okay, so we'll begin here in our child's pose. So with the knees close together, the feet close together, the toes touching. And we'll just stretch our hands forward. Place our forehead on our mat and just begin to arrive here in our practice, bringing ourselves to presence. If this is too much for you or you feel like you need a little bit more space, like you feel uncomfortable, you can take a pillow and place it here underneath your body and then lie your forehead down. But we'll go ahead and settle into that pose. Bringing some breath into the body, filling up the back of the body with air, with breath, with intention. Finding space with every inhale as we exhale, pulling the belly button towards the back of the body, towards the spine. And on our exhale, we might even make an audible sigh. Leaving our stresses and our worries away from our practice, dropping them, putting them down right now, making space for yourself. Take a nice deep breath in. We'll take a few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, I want you to take breath to your glutes. So just breathe in and imagine you are bringing breath, bringing awareness, bringing space to your glutes. And exhale and imagine any weight, any tension, any pressure leaving your lower back. Inhale up the glute. Pull the breath in, up the glute through the spine. And exhale, start to imagine any tension from your lower back melting off. And last breath here, as you inhale, bringing the breath up the spine. And exhale, as you slowly start to make your way onto your hands and knees into our tabletop position. And we'll start to do some pelvic tilts here. So with these pelvic tilts, we're only using the muscles of our lower abs, and we're going to pull our lower abs in, creating a nice tilt or tuck within our spine, within our hips. So just tuck here. Try not to use too much back and shoulders. Isolate this movement to your hips, and we're just going to tuck and release. Tuck, come back to neutral. Tuck, 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 tuck. We're going to speed it up here, double time. Tuck, tuck, tuck. So if you find yourself squeezing your glutes, then try to focus more on the front of your body, because you shouldn't really be squeezing your glutes. You should feel like this tiny muscle working here in the lower abs. Pull the belly button in towards the back of the spine and let it go. Tuck, 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 tuck. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to go into some pelvic circles, very tiny, using that same motion. So we're going within, closing our eyes, and finding these tiny internal circles, rotating the hips. It's a very small motion that includes our pelvic tuck when we come to the front. Find your breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Press into the fingers. 2. Go the other way. Take it round and round. Tuck round. Tuck round. Tuck round. Tuck round. Keep going. A little bit more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to a neutral. Shake it out. Shake the hips out. And then you're going to take your hands over to the left side of your body. Both hands, right hand crosses over the left. And then the left hand comes to follow. And we're going to take the hips over to the right side of the body. And we're going to tuck the spine under. Just one tuck and hold. We're going to find a nice side stretch along the right side of our spine. And really try to sit those hips back so the body is kind of at a diagonal at this point. And we're going to breathe into our side body. Taking a nice deep breath in. Releasing that upper spine as you exhale. I'm going to take it to the other side, so just walk those hands right onto the right side of the body. And sit that hip back to the left side. And tuck the hips. And it's a slight tuck. You'll feel the shift in basically your back body stretch versus the hips out. So just poke your butt out and then tilt. You'll feel the difference. See how different that feels? We'll hold here, finding our breath. Breathing along the side body. And come back to center. Take the hips forward. And you can bring your elbows down if that's too much on the back. To our Sphinx pose, pressing the hands into the floor. And start to just pull yourself forward. Try to lift your knees off of the floor by pressing the tops of your feet into the floor. Roll the shoulders back and down the body. Look forward. And then from here, We're going to slowly lower the chest down. Place the hands beside the chest as you press yourself back up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes and slowly start to bring your butt up towards the sky. Tucking the pelvis. And stretch the legs, straighten the legs. Press the heels to the floor. We're in our downward facing dog or our inverted V. If you can't bring your heels to the floor, just bend your knees a little bit. Roll your elbows in. So don't allow them to come out like this, just try to roll them in. And from here, we're going to do some bounces. So we're just going to start to bounce a little bit while we're in this downward facing dog, releasing the hips here. Bounce, 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 bounce. Releasing that lower back, shaking out any tension, shaking out any stress. Bounce, 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 bounce. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know those shoulders are on fire and warming up now. We're just going to bring ourselves down for a second. Shake out the shoulders. Shake out the body. Bounce the shoulders up and down. Then we're going to go back into our downward facing dog. So pressing through the fingertips, pressing through the hands, spreading the fingers wide. And we'll start to just press our heels into the floor as we lift our hips up. And from here, we're going to bend our knees. But we are going to find our pelvic tilt here. So we're going to tilt, 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 tilt. Take it into some circles. Doesn't matter which way. Find your circles. Very small circles. Other way. Slowly to circle it down, back to your knees. Circle it down to your knees. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So now I'm going to take the knees a little bit wider for our wide leg child's pose. Sit it back, sit it back, sit it back. And from here, you're going to tuck your hands underneath. You're just going to take your hands right through the center of your body. Find either your left or right ear, whichever one is more comfortable. Or you can come onto your forehead if that works for you. Whichever feels best. We're just going to hold it here. Take some nice deep breaths. Now we are breathing into our pelvic area, breathing into our inner thighs as we inhale. And releasing any tension we may be holding within that region, within our inner thighs. If this is uncomfortable for your knees, you can always double your mat up. You can always place a pillow underneath your knees. Place maybe some cushions, some towels, whatever you have on hand. And slowly start to take one hand after the other back to your neutral position. And slowly start to bring yourself back up to your hands and knees, back to your tabletop. You're going to take that left leg out. We're going to lift it up. And then we're going to cross it over the right. And from here, we're going to sit back on between the space that we've created, the V that we've created, into our cow face pose or our cow face legs. If this is too much for you, you can always come onto your knees or you can go back to your easy seat. I'm gonna turn around this way so that you can see me. So I have my knees stacked on top of one another. And here you can hold your toes. Reach your spine tall as you take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. All right, so this is where we add our arm undulations or our flow arms, water arms. And we're just going to bring our shoulders up, our elbows, and then our wrists. Drop the elbows, drop the shoulders, bring it back down. Lift the shoulders, then the elbows, and the wrists. Drop the elbows, the shoulders, bring it down. We're just going to find our wave here. Take it up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. We try to bring our hands no further than our ears before we start to bring them back down. If your knee is starting to hurt or if your knee is hurting, make sure you just flex those feet. That'll take some of the pressure off of the knee and allow you to feel the stretch more so in your right hip. And down. Last one. Drop it down. Take the right shoulder front and back. Left shoulder. A nice big circle. Right shoulder, lift. Left shoulder. Shake the shoulders out. So from here, we're just going to place our hands forward as we bring ourselves back into the pose that we originally started in to get in this position in the first place. And then we're going to take our left leg, straighten it out, bring it back to its original position and drop it down. Good job. So from here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take that right leg out, bring it up, over, and then bend. Bringing the knees to meet one another and slowly just start to sit back. And we'll just settle in here, finding where it feels, I would say comfortable, because the stretch may be a little bit challenging. However, it should never hurt. So if it hurts, you can always find a yoga block to sit on top of, a pillow to sit on top of, or like I say, you can go onto your knees or you can go into your easy seat. But for us who are in our cow face pose, we're gonna stay here. We're gonna hold on to our big toes. We flex the feet, press the chest forward, finding a nice solid posture, regal posture. Pulling our crowns high towards the heavens. Alright, and I'm gonna turn this way so that we can do these arm undulations together. 5, 6, going into our arm flows. 5, 6, 7, lift the shoulders, lift, elbows lift, wrists lift, elbows drop down, shoulders drop down, and bring it down. Shoulders up, elbows up, wrists up, shoulders drop, elbows drop, wrists drop. Lift them up, elbows up, wrist up as the shoulders drop, wrist, elbows drop, wrist drop. Shoulders up, elbows up, wrist, as the wrist go up, shoulders drop, elbows drop, wrist come down. And find your flow here. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Lift them up. And drop 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly fold forward. And bring yourself back into your winding posture. Take that right leg straighten it. Bring it back to its original place and find your tabletop here. Awesome. Cool. So now we're just going to drop the spine, arch, and tuck. Arch and tuck. Arch, tuck. Now we're just going to drop the chest. Drop, tuck, drop, and tuck. Drop it, tuck. Trying to keep the hips as still as possible. Drop, tuck, drop, and tuck. Drop, tuck. 4, 3. Now we're going to combine the motion. 2 and 1. So we're going to arch the back, tuck the back, drop the hips. Arch the back, tuck the back, drop the chest. Arch the back, tuck the back, drop the chest, bring it forward. Arch the back, tuck the back, drop the chest, bring it forward. Speed it up here. Speed it up here. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shimmy the hips. Shimmy the hips side to side as fast as you can. Shimmy. Shimmy. The shimmy in the hips, left to right. Using those obliques. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet forward. Fire seated forward fold. Inhale, take the arms up. Lift tall, reach tall, and exhale, fold it forward. Wherever your hands may fall, that may be your toes, that may be here, or it might be at your knees. But try not to round out the back. Keep the back tall wherever the hands fall. We'll look forward. Take a nice deep breath in and lift. See if you can go a little further. So if the hands are on the shins, just see if you can bring them to the ankles as you exhale. All right, so from here, start to lift yourself back up. Bring the hands down. And what we'll do here is flex the feet as much as we can. So we're not pointing, but we're flexing. We're gonna flex it here. And we'll start to just alternate the knees. Right, left, bounce them against the floor. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Right, left. Can we speed up a little bit? Right, left, 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 right, left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Keeping the feet flexed. feet up again as fast as you can. So you feel the contraction in your quads. And the knees might not be bouncing as much. Or they might just bounce a little softer. That's to be expected. Bounce, 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 bounce. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a break. Point the toes. Flex the toes. Point the toes. Flex the toes. Point and flex. Point and flex. Keep going. A few more here. Two more. And 1. So from here, you're going to bring your right foot in. Bring your body forward. So the right foot, when I say bring it in, I mean bend the knee and bring your foot at your knee, at your left knee. And from here, we're going to take the left hand up and we're going to reach for the left foot. And then we might take that right hand to follow. Trying to keep the chest lifted. We want to stay out of our spines and really try to lift the chest. Like I said, hands might fall here at the shin. That's okay too. And as you breathe, I want you to imagine your lower back expanding as you inhale. Feel the sides of your body and the back of your body fill up like a balloon. And as you exhale, release all of the air, all of the breath out of the back of the body. And slowly release. And we'll do the other leg. So let's bring the left leg in. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, reach it forward. Same thing, sending that breath into the back of the body, into the lower back, into the lower sides. And slowly release, bringing the left foot to meet the right. And from here, we're just going to roll over to the left hip. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. We're going to sit our spines up nice and tall, so no slouching here. Really lift the spine, working on our posture here. And we're going to do what we did at the beginning of our practice where we tucked our hips or we tucked our pelvis. We're going to tuck our pelvis here in this position. So what I mean by that is you can turn to the side, or let's just start here. Let's start from a central position. We're going to press that right heel into the floor, and we're going to tuck our pelvis under and then sit it down. Tuck, sit it down. Tuck, sit it down. And tuck, sit it down. Tuck, sit it down. Tuck, or you can turn to the side and tuck, tuck, and tuck, and tuck. Neutral. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the right hand, lift it up, and slowly wave it down, 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 down. All right, so now we're going to do that on the other side of the body. To be left over right. And then we're going to go ahead and start our tuck. So placing our hands into the floor. Like I said, you can always start from the central position. And we're going to tuck, bring it down. And tuck, bring it down. I'm going to turn to the side. Tuck, bring it down. And tuck, bring it down. Tuck, bring it down. And tuck, bring it down. Or like I said, you could be here. If this feels better for you, or if this is too much pressure on your wrists, that's perfectly fine. You can come to the center, same motion, same thing working. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Take the left arm up and bring it down, 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 and down. So from here, we're going to bring the left leg around, going back into our easy seat so that we can reset. And we're just going to start to create some circles in the belly and in the spine. So this time we can use the chest. Everything is working together in unison. The chest comes forward as we arch the back. The chest comes back as we create a rounded spine. Then we go the opposite direction. Last one. And bring the spine back to neutral. Take the left leg forward. Going to cross the right leg over the left. The right foot is near the left knee, outer left knee. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale as you begin to twist your body towards the right shoulder. Dropping that left arm down. Right arm comes behind. Nice deep breath in here. Just creating a little bit of a spinal rotation here with our spinal twists. Bringing out the spine, really good for digestion. Also very healthy for the spine if you're having lower back issues or back issues in general. And a lot of these stretches you can revisit if you are experiencing some back stiffness. You don't have to do the whole workout if you don't have the time to, but you could just always come back to some of these postures. And on your next inhale, bring yourself back to the center, releasing the twist. And we're going to turn our bodies to the left, placing both hands and look down. Really try to look over at the left hand. We don't want to crank our back up or force anything. We want this to just be a nice gentle stretch on the spine and on the back. But if you find yourself trying to force it, just ease out a little bit. And slowly just come back to center as you inhale. Bring the right foot to meet the left foot. Slowly bend that left knee. And bring the left foot over as we inhale the right arm up. And exhale, twist the body as we look over that left shoulder. Bringing that right arm down. And here we find our breath. the chest here. You've done such an amazing job in your practice today. You should be so proud of yourself for taking this time for you. So just take this time to smile, put a smile on your face. Just celebrate. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your accomplishment. Celebrate your will. Celebrate your strength. Celebrate your body for all the amazing things that it can do. And all the amazing things that it does for you on a daily basis. And as we inhale, slowly just start to bring yourself back over to the right side for our counter stretch. Placing both hands on the floor. Slowly bring yourself back to center. And slowly bring yourself back to center. As you bend both knees, as you bend both knees, and bring your fingers to face your body, or you can turn the hands out if you have wrist issues or just a little bit of wrist pain. And we're going to start to press the hips up into our reverse tabletop. Bringing our chin towards the sky, looking up, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. We'll just hold this for a while. Just to counter stretch all of the forward folds and such. 8, 7, press those hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it down. So, from here, we're just going to go onto our knees. We're just going to sit back on our feet, sit back on our heels for a nice feet stretch. And as we do this, I'm going to turn your way. I'm going to take the arms up, inhale. From here, we're just going to wave the wrists back and forth and allow the hands to undulate. So we open the hands far back, really stretching the wrists as we bring the hands together. From here, we slowly bend our knuckles, and then we open it up again, undulating the wrists. So from here, wrists are like this. We're just going to start like this. Wrist open, wrist close. Wrist open, wrist close. Close your knuckles. Release it as you open the hands again. Good. Now we're going to switch back and forth, bringing the left hand in front of the right and the right in front of the left. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wave the hands down slowly. And from here, we're just going to take wrists forward, open the palms, face the fingers down. Just open it up wide and just create some circles in the wrist. Shake out the wrist. Shake out the wrist. Take the left hand, left palm down, and the right palm down. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them. Nice. Okay, so from here, the feet were nice and like arched. So this time we're just going to tuck the toes. We're going to sit back on our heels. And from here, we're going to start to squeeze the glutes. So squeeze the left glute and release it. Squeeze the left glute, release it. Squeeze, release, and squeeze, release. We're going to go over to the right glute. Squeeze, release. And what you notice is when you squeeze, you get a nice hip motion going automatically. If this is too much, take a pillow and just place it in between your knees. We're just going to keep going. So squeeze, release, and squeeze, release. Now we're going to alternate to the left, release, and right, release, left, release, right, release. Now you can add a little bit of oblique motion in it, a little bit of an oblique crunch like we learned in our last workout. And squeeze, release, left and right, left. Now we're going to take that central motion out. We're just going to go left and right, left, right, left, right, left and right. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips up and bring them down. Lift them up, bring them down. Lift them up, bring it down, lift them up. Now we're going to do a challenge. As we squeeze the hips, we're going to slowly start to bring ourselves up. We're 5, 6, 7, 8. Take it down. Left, right, 5, 6. Take the arms out wide. Take it up. For 4, 3, 2, and take it down. Squeeze, 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 and relax. Woo-wee! All right, so we're gonna untuck the toes. Because I know that can be a lot on the toes, but the beautiful thing about that is we get to activate it at different acupressure points within our feet, because we're always wearing shoes, so we don't get to really experience our feet touching the soles of the earth, our feet actually being able to activate those different pressure points. But as we work on our feet, as we press into our feet in different directions and manners, we get to activate some of those acupressure points that are really good for stimulating the flow of our energy within our body. Okay? All right, so we're going to transition back into our belly sphinx. So just going back onto our bellies, bringing our feet close together, elbows nice and planted into the floor. And we'll just start to press our elbows, press our forearms into the floor as we pull our bodies forward. And inhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears, backing down the body. We squeeze the glutes here in order to protect the lower back. We press the knees away from the floor. We press the tops of the feet into the floor. And we just hold this here, creating a slight mini back bend. And release it down. You're going to bend the right arm, bringing the right hand towards the left side of the body. And from here, we're going to bend the left foot. Slowly reach back with the left hand for the ankle or the toe and turn forward, finding a nice stretch along the quads. We worked our quads today, so I'm going to stretch them out. We don't want to force this. We don't want our knee to hurt. So if your knee hurt, make sure you flex the foot. This helps to protect the knee a bit. Find your breath here. And slowly release as you allow the left foot to make its way back to the mat. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. So the left elbow is already bent, or just bring that left hand over to the right side. And from here, we're just going to bend that right foot, reach back, grab the outside of the ankle, roll the shoulders away from the head, look forward. A few more breaths here. And slowly release the pose, release the stretch. And we'll begin to just roll onto the backs of our body. Going onto our back. Knees are nice and bent. I will take the feet up, both of the feet, straighten out the legs. Stretch them, stretch them, stretch them. And then we'll take that left foot, bring it down. Right foot bends the right side of the ankle, goes over to the left thigh for a figure four stretch. And we'll hold it here. Allowing the shoulders to open up. Backs of the shoulders to be firm against the mat. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, pull the belly button towards the spine. And if you'd like a deeper stretch, from here you just start to bring the left knee towards the head, and you'd reach underneath and just needle the arms, thread the needle, I'm so funny. Thread the arms underneath the leg. You can reach for the hamstring here. You can reach for the shin, the knee where it's comfortable to find a deeper hip stretch. But if you find that you're compromising by arching or rounding your back or taking your shoulder blades off the floor, then just back off a little bit. And as I stated before, it should never hurt in the knee area. So also if your knee starts to hurt, make sure you flex the foot and back off a little bit. And slowly start to lower the left foot down. Have the right foot meet the left foot. And then we'll go to the other side. So just taking the left foot up. And then we'll open up the hip as we allow the left ankle to rest on the right hamstring or thigh. And then from here we'll just allow the hips to gently open for our figure four stretch. And if you're ready to advance the posture, just go ahead and thread the hands in between the thighs. Making sure the shoulder blades are press firmly against the floor. Keep the chest open. And when you're ready, you slowly begin to release the pose. And from here, we both bring both knees to the chest. As we grab and hug our knees in tight, roll our spine out, roll in our spine left to right, rolling into our lower back very intentionally. We can, both directions. Inhale the arms up and the feet up. And reach for the toes. And from here, start to bend both knees. As you bring both knees to the sides of your body and reach for your ankles for a happy baby pose. You need a deeper stretch, reach for the toes. Making sure the shoulders are still planted across the floor. And just breathe into the inner thighs, breathe into the yoni space. Find relief in the lower back. Find relief in the perineum area. Find relief along your whole, think of your pelvic floor bowl, your internal pelvic floor. As you're breathing into your pelvic floor and exhale, clearing out the bowl, finding relief, finding balance, finding lightness. And when you're ready, slowly just start to bring the knees together. And straighten out the legs. Take the arms up and overhead. Do a nice stretch. Stretch the body, stretch the body, stretch. And release everything down for your Shavasana. So if this is too much pressure on your back, of course, just bring your knees in. Bring your feet in, hip is apart, allow the knees to splay out. And just hold it here. And we'll begin to deepen our breath. Allowing the belly to fall and rise naturally with our breath. And just put a smile on your face because you have completed your practice. Thank you so much for taking this time with me and taking this time for yourself.